Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my December reading progress, and you might be able to hear it in my voice, but I am getting over being sick. I am still sick, but I feel a lot better as I cough than I was. I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, like really badly, and I pretty much did no reading. I did actually zero reading in December. But here's the thing. I do have a little bit of progress to share with you, but technically technically it was read in January, but I'm just going to count it as December. It's fine. It's not much. So this is going to be a quick video. Also, I can't see the viewfinder because the light coming from my window is so bright. So I apologize that I look like half of my body was grilled, but this is the only place that I have right now to film this video where it won't be like super duper dark, even though this side looks like it's probably dark, but this is what we got to work with. So the first book I have to share, when I did my TBR, my December TBR, I mentioned this book that I was going to be reading it, but that it wouldn't technically be on my TBR. So I don't get a full point for having read it, but I am glad that I finished it finally. And that is Pure Nessie by Susanna Clarke. And I gave this book 5 stars. I thought this was really well written, such a fascinating concept, and it's really one of those books that kind of racks your brain a little bit at the end, trying to figure out if everything was real or just in the main character's head. I paused a little bit because I was wondering if that's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't think that it is. But this was just so good and just so different. So I'm glad that I read this. This is about a man named Pure Nessie, and he lives in this world called the House, where it's just this giant building with never-ending hallways and rooms, and there's nature has come into this building and they coexist. There's oceans and tides and animals like birds, and there is no outdoors. It's just all encompassed in this never-ending building, and the entire book is written in diary entries of the main character. It's just so good. I would definitely recommend this. I would say that this book is fantasy, but probably until you get to, I don't know. No, it's fantasy. I would say it's fantasy. It's really, it's good. It's good. So I'm glad I read that. I got half a point for that. That is the only book that I have finished. So I didn't finish a single book on my actual December TBR, which disappointing. However, I did start one, the shortest one. So I started Visions of Sugar Plums by Janet and I picked this up at not a bookstore, a thrift store a while back, and I picked it up because it was a Christmassy book, and I don't know, thought it would be interesting to have a Christmassy book. And I had read a Janet Ivanovich book when I was in high school that I really enjoyed. And I'm going to say that it's very likely that the reason I enjoyed it was because I was in high school. I am halfway through this book, And the only reason I've made it that far is because this book is like a train wreck that you can't look away from. Like, it's not enjoyable. It is stressing me out. It's not well written. It's just, there are parts in here that are like just really creepy, in the sense that like it's super unnecessary for it to be in here. And like, it's not even being used as a way for the author to call attention to these problematic circumstances. It's just used as like, matter of fact, this happened, and it's never challenged. In fact, the person who it happened to like just thinks it's totally normal. Is like almost kind of bragging. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. And then the female main character is a bounty hunter, and she's currently looking for Sandy Claus, which is like his nickname. But the book starts off with a man magically popping up into her kitchen. And he is just an ass. Like, he's really sexist and constantly sexually harassing her, and just creepy overall. But he's telling her that she should consider him the spirit of Christmas or whatever, because he's there to make sure that she gets her Christmas spirit back or something. And it's just, when I got to the first part where like the whole thing, I was just kind of like, I don't know about this. And then I got to a certain part and I was like, excuse me? What? Ew, no. And I should have stopped reading after that. But I was just like, I was like, okay, maybe I'm judging it too soon. Maybe this is happening and then it's going to be addressed later, and it'll make sense why they're acting like this, like it's a normal like thing. And it's not. It's never addressed later. I'm halfway through this book. I really don't think it's going to be addressed later. But it just kept getting worse. It was like, that's got to be the worst thing in here. I'm just going to power through. It's not a long book. It won't take me long to read it. I'm only 70 pages into this book, and there's like wide margins and large font. So this is not a long book at all. I think I've only spent like a total of 30 minutes reading this book so far. And it just kept getting worse. I'm not going to keep going on and on about this book. I'm just so like, I should DNF this book. I really should. But like, I only have like 30 more minutes of reading this. I kind of want to finish it and see if it ever redeems itself, but really I don't think it will. Because the main male character, the guy that popped up into her kitchen, like I said, super problematic as a person and really creepy. And then she just like keeps rolling her eyes at all of the things that he says, but then she keeps thinking to herself, oh my God, like I don't need another guy in my life, another attractive man in my life to make things complicated. Oh my God, like why do I actually think he's so charming? It's not for me, but I might finish it just because like it's not that long. We'll see. But everything else I did not touch. So I'll just go through them real quick. The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. Skene Island by Elia Whitley. The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. And then I have a book on my Kindle. Let me see. I don't remember which one it was, honestly, so let me try and find it. Is it not on here? Oh, the Christmas variant, which is, that was the book that I had on my Kindle. I did not read that either. So I think what I'm going to do, because there are a few of these books that I'm like genuinely excited about and I don't want to put back into the pile and just like pull out. I mean, the whole point of my current seasonal TBR was that every book on there was something that I was excited about reading. But there are some books on this December TBR that I am more excited to read. So I think I might change up my January TBR game a little bit by keeping half of the books from my December TBR and automatically putting them into my January TBR. And then see, the thing about this is it's already a week into January. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I know that I'm just not going to get as much reading done as I potentially could if I were not sick. So, and I don't want to keep like putting off the updates or skipping monthly TBRs. I mean, I could, but I have them already like in my schedule that I've had like figured out for my uploads. So I don't want to do that either. But I don't want to have so many books on my TBR that I like can't hit my goal of 50% by the end of January. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah. I will figure that out. And you guys will see whatever I decide to do. Wow, the sun just keeps moving further and further. That's what it does, I guess. If you guys watch my January TBR, which I will be filming probably right after this, you guys will see what I decide to do about that. But wow, that's bad. But at this very second, I don't know. So, I know this update was very lackluster because I really didn't read pretty much anything actually anything in December. Actually, both of those were in January. But I still wanted to update you guys because I do still want to refresh my TBR for January. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my December failure. Let me know what books you guys are reading right now. I would love to know. And yeah, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye.